Welcome to the Young and the Wrestlers, the Pop Culture's WWE podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Ryan Betson, alongside
King Gemma and Jem.
That's pretty good. I like that one. If you can listen to us every Friday morning at 8 a.m. on your podcast services, 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you want to join the wrestling conversation, head over to facebook.com/group/the Pop Cultures, Discord, Twitter. Links in the description below.
Add us on Twitter.
If you want to join the conversation as it happens, head over to patreon.com/the Pop Culture. Support us at any dollar value. Get yourself a nice little sneaky link. We can come and do the show with us. Just like some of a handful of people who are over there. So the screen is over there. So we read what they say. It's over there.
Yeah. We could mention you.
We could be talking to you. We are also on Twitch at twitch.tv/the Pop Culturist. How are you?
Good, man.
To the last 10 minutes we were just doing this.
Still good. Yeah. Slowly starting to fade, but I'm doing all right.
Yeah, no, I'm fading pretty hard.
Yeah. It's that time of the night for us.
Yeah.
But no, pretty good. Stoked on this week's shows. Absolutely hilarious. 10 out of 10 would give a 5-star review on Yelp.
My boob's getting itchy again.
I can't wait to talk about it.
Maybe do this shirtless again.
Yeah.
So
I'm really excited to talk about this.
Oh, thank you for clarifying them. I'm like, don't get excited when my shirt comes off.
No. I'm excited for the shows.
Good.
I mean, I've seen it. It was hard to contain my boner. He was laying on the floor. I had to make sure he didn't see anything.
Well, that's the thing. She kept punching me in the head with the boner. I'm like, I'm trying to do a podcast here, man. I only do so much with a dick in my face.
Anyway, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm bad enough there's less dick in my face. Let's kick things off as we always do with Raw.
Monday Night RAW. So obviously it did open with still Universal Champion Seth Rollins. Parading down the ring, talks about how I didn't lose our championship titles last night. Braun and Seth did lose the tag team championships last night. He's like, I didn't lose them. We lost them, but I'm not here to talk about that. I'm here because, I got beat down by Bray Wyatt last night, and then all of a sudden the Firefly Funhouse starts while he's speaking. And I'm like, yay, I'm really glad that you're my friend. This is a friendship that'll never, ever end. So basically,
so in short, Seth Rollins I'll come there Saturday. In short, Seth Rollins out here being like, I was in a match last night, and the crowd's like, boo.
Yeah.
And you guys booed me, and they're like, yay. And you also yayed me, boo. So just kind of it was kind of on the nose discussion about what took place the night before.
Yeah.
It was pretty much the big sub around the idea of like, gave it a red hot go. I did what I did. I'm still Universal Champion, but Bray Wyatt. Oh fuck that guy.
Yeah. And Bray Wyatt pops up and is like, hi, sorry about that, but, I want to be your friend and we're going to be best friends sometime very soon. But, you're pissed off the Fiend and he's not happy.
The Fiend never forgets.
Basically. And he's like, see you in hell. Bye.
Yeah, congrats, says Dash to Seth Rollins. You're the new John Cena.
Basically.
And or Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah, pretty good. I mean, it was great once we saw Bray Wyatt, because Bray Wyatt. But staring creepily, like, see you in hell. I was just like, oh, this is getting dark.
It was. And then for some reason, a bunch of the graphics are upside down.
And nobody says anything until the end of it. Renee's like, oh, wait. Have these all been upside down?
Yeah, because someone got fired.
Yeah. I think they were putting into the illusion of, Bray Wyatt.
No, I think someone fucked up and they're now no longer working at the company.
Yeah, that's probably that too. Oops, I slipped and accidentally put the upside down
I
button.
don't even know how you put upside down. I don't even know how you do that.
Bray did it.
What a butt.
Bray did it. Oh, but in saying that little rambling rabbit was like, no, Seth, don't do this, run! And I was just like, I want to see more of Rambling Rabbit.
You can buy your own Rambling Rabbit at www.shop.com.
I'm going to buy my own Rambling Rabbit just so I want to see more. Yes, Seth, run! The voice of reason. Anyway. So next, we do see Braun Strowman backstage. He's just barreling down. Charlie's like, Braun, can I have a moment? He's like, what do you want? She's like, look, you said we were under the impression you weren't going to be here tonight. What are you doing in here? And he's like, I'm mad. Next person who gets in the ring is going to get these hands. Okay. So Braun's just there to smash. Hulk smash. So after this, we
smash face, not smash. About Smashdown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
'Cause
pound down.
you implied that he's there to fuck.
Yeah, he's there to fuck shit up.
That's one.
Anyway, so next we have a tag team summit, as it's pegged, with Rudolph, Dolph Ziggler, and Robert Roode, who are now the WWE Raw Tag Team Championships that they won off Braun Strowman and Seth Rollins because Robert Roode pinned Seth Rollins. Anyway.
Universal Champion. Wrecked by no one.
Exactly it. Glorious.
And also, you're the main event of the evening.
Yeah,
with
exactly.
Seth Rollins.
Yeah, against Seth Rollins, main event, because, he pinned Seth Rollins, so he gets... Anyway, so they have the Revival come out as well, and they're going to have some summit thing, and then Braun Strowman just comes barreling down to the ring and just smashes everything up because, next people in the ring are going to get these hands.
It's just like a bull.
Yeah, just runs around the ring. Yeah, it's like, red cape. Just smashes everybody, and that's that. It was a moment. It was a good moment, but it was just a moment. Next, we have Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross talking backstage about they have a match later tonight facing Sasha and Bayley. Now, obviously, what's the point? Why? They don't even care about the belts, right?
Agreed.
Quality.
No, this wasn't for the championship match. It was just a straight up regular match.
A straight up regular
match. But it's that situation. But I do agree with that. The situation was why they don't fucking care. Why would they want this? I have a reason.
Yeah. Well, later in the night, Renee does say I think either Renee or Corey says attention. She's just doing it for attention. She just wants the spotlight back on her. That's why she's having this match. Fair call.
I think it's laying down some groundwork because when Sasha does become your Raw Women's Champion and Bayley is the SmackDown Women's Champion, they want to be able to put them on both. And how do you do that? Tag team. Because the women's tag team can... as we head towards the draft and no more wild card,
they can have
they need to find a way to drift.
Yeah, and keep them between. Yeah,
because because as we are led to believe that they're working to a WrestleMania 4 Horsemen match.
Yeah,
how are we going to get Becky and Charlotte to talk to each other without the wild card rule?
Yeah, that's true.
That's how you do it.
Yeah. That's true. So yeah, next we have a match. It is the OC, obviously Gallows, Anderson, AJ Styles versus Cedric Alexander with the Viking Raiders. First of all, I was stoked about this because more Viking Raiders in actual action. Thank you. It was really cool. Good match. It was a really good match. Obviously, a bunch of forces to be reckoned with. Absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, the OC do get the win. I believe AJ gets
on Cedric again.
Yeah, on Cedric again. And then, as always, the typical OC post-match beatdown. There was a beautiful bit where Erick, is he the bigger one?
Ivar.
Ivar.
I had to blow my nose again. I don't know what's going on, but I'm thinking
does
dying
a
in the
dive
face.
bomb off the top rope and takes out everyone, and then it's just AJ and Cedric in the ring, and they're doing a bit of does off. And then from the second friggin' rope, AJ drops a Styles Clash and absolutely just obliterates him, and then that's that. Finally, personally, I'm sick to fucking death of these OC post-match beatdowns. But what can you do? That's just what it is. Next, we have Truth and Carmella. They are getting a tour of the College Basketball Museum they're in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Before we get to that, though, once again, I just want to talk about how Cedric Alexander is unnecessarily getting his butt kicked.
That's true.
Why the fuck?
Yeah, exactly.
It's this weird situation where the OC are constantly being let to look like morons. Right?
Yeah.
Constantly, they just get for some reason they're just getting their ass handed to them. Yeah. AJ's getting stomped by the likes of Stone Cold and every motherfucker that just happens to walk past him.
Yeah.
Cedric, nah. Apparently he can get the stomp on.
Yeah. Yeah, it's odd. It's very odd. But yeah, so Truth and Carmella are getting
my sexy Star Wars jammy pants. That's the best thing about pods, man. You never see what's going on down here.
Yeah.
Today. It's Star Wars jammy pants with Chewbacca on them.
Yeah. 2 cat angles, says Dash.
Yeah. They are some
2 full thumbs.
Tidy jammy pants.
Anyway, as they're getting this tour, they have a special guest touree or tour guide in Knox County Mayor
Glenn Jacobs.
You may know him as the
Glenn
Demon
Jacobs.
Kane.
Oh, yeah. Kane.
Glenn Jacobs.
You may know him as Mr. Jacobs.
Mayor Jacobs. So yeah, he's like, let's go take a look around and like let's go do some things. And Mella looks at him very suspiciously, and I was like, yeah, bitch, you're right to be suspicious.
It's
like,
Kane.
It's Kane.
That motherfucker
crazy.
survived a burned down house.
Yeah, he crazy.
He electrocuted some man's testicles.
Yeah.
And it's also related to he may have fucked a corpse once.
He crazy. And he's the Undertaker's brother. He crazy.
Oh yeah, that too. I suppose.
So yeah, next we get
Mr. President.
Mr. President. Yeah, Mr. President, sir. Oh, so funny. Oh, Mel, you got a presidential limo? Do you have the Secret Service and stuff? R-Truth kills me. I love R-Truth so much.
So good.
Anyway, next brings us to the one thing we've all been waiting for. The finals of the King of the Ring tournament. Baron Corbin versus Chad Gable. Wow. This was a hell of a match. This was exactly what I wanted to see from these two competitors. I love that Chad Gable is so reminiscent of our voting system that Kurt Angle's. He's very Olympic, very Olympic champion. Absolutely beautiful match. But I'm going to pass this to Ryan because he is a very happy man about this.
May everyone be standing, even in your Star Wars jammy pants, for your king, Baron Corbin.
Ah!
All hail, motherfuckers. I told ya!
King Corbin.
Man, dude, did I pop like a month? Like I was at work and because there was moments where I thought Gable had it, and I was doing the whole like no, like walking around the room, and the second that end of days kicked in, I blew out of my chair. I yelled into the void, I literally like straight up like you know the stereotypical like father that yells at sports.
Yeah,
that was me, and it was awesome.
Yeah, sports ball. Yeah. Look, Killer just said this is arguably Corbin's best match. 100% agree. Yeah. He put everything into that match. It was a lot longer than I was anticipating it to be.
Yeah, it was good.
But he was just so strong throughout that whole match. I knew while I was watching it he was going to win it. Just because like Gable out of nowhere, like there's no way that he's just going to take it. Like it just makes sense for Corbin to be the king of the ring.
And it's just more fun to be a heel.
Yeah. And he's just badass. He's gonna be amazing with it. I'm really excited.
And I also rubbed it in everyone's face at work. All the regulars that come on Tuesday that are wrestling fans, and they're like, because I gave them some winding up, of course.
Yeah, as you do.
Yeah, and then I'm like, in your face, King Corbin. This poor kid.
Great to work with this guy. Yeah. Anyway, next we have, it's announced earlier that Maria Kanellis is going to have a gender reveal party for her baby.
Now I remember why. I remember this. Didn't watch this part. I was too busy running around gloating about King Corbin. I missed this whole next section.
So, the Street Profits are hosting a gender reveal party. Everybody's backstage partying. Mike Kanellis is there getting all excited about baby and who's it going to be and what's it going to be. And Maria's like, hi, and they're like the lady of the hour. And she's like, so I'm having a baby boy. And they're all like, yeah. And everybody's excited for Mike Kanellis and stuff like that. And she's like, it's beautiful and all, but, we all know, honey, who the real father of our baby is. My baby is. It's Ricochet. And Mike's like, what? And Ricochet's like, what? And she's just like, And he's like, you ring now. And he's like, no. Like, she's not, this did not happen. And Mike just slaps Ricochet.
And where's Casey Catanzaro just cracking the shits at NXT?
Right? And she's just like, Mike's just like, I'm going to be in the ring. Meet me there now. And like, after he walks away, like, Ricochet's like, nah, man. And Titus O'Neil comes up and goes, bro, you just got called out for sleeping with his wife, and then he just slapped you. And bro, you got to defend your honor. You got to get out there, man. Like, you in trouble. And Ricochet's like, I did. And Mike Kanellis comes out to the ring, and Ricochet's like, I don't want to fight you, dude. Like, she's lying to you. Like, please listen to me. And he's like, what? And slaps him. And then he slaps him again. And Ricochet's like, fine, I guess this is a fight.
And then wipes the floor.
Obliterates Mike Kanellis. Absolutely obliterates him. And just disappears. We get a shortcut back to the Firefly Funhouse. Oh, this is all finishing up. And we see Bray Wyatt hanging pictures on the wall of people he's defeated.
Friends.
Yeah, his friends. His wall of friends, I believe, yeah. With their eyes crossed out and red and stuff like that. Obviously, Finn Balor.
Like some sort of creepy ex-girlfriend, yeah.
Yeah, some kind of creepy cult. Yep, definitely. He's just hanging photos and smiling and being weird because That's what he's doing, and it's good. It worked. I liked it. And then we cut back to the ring, and Maria's like, "What is it going to take for you to defend our baby's honor? Like, obviously Ricochet's not the father. Like, I just want you to fight for this. Like, what the hell? You know what? Fine. The real father is. It is. The real father is." And then Rusev's music hits, and I was like, "What?"
We haven't seen this dude in months.
We haven't seen Rusev in months. He comes in looking jacked with this sweet ass mustache going on, like absolutely ripped. Everybody's like, "Ah!" No Lana.
Yeah. Yeah. I noticed you're channeling a bit of Lana with the up bun, the up on blonde today.
Updo.
Very nice.
And get my Lana on. Yeah. And
I got Rusev with my bad mustache.
But yeah, he comes barreling down to the ring, and Mike's like, whoa, Rusev, hold on. And he's like, "Mate, I've had a bad day. I'm having an even worse night. Like, I don't want to fight, man. Like, you know what? If you are the father of my kid, like, whatever. Like, you do you, bro. Congratulations, Maria. I'm outie." So he tries to leave. Rusev catches him and just obliterates him. Again, just wipes the floor with him. Just completely decimates him.
See, once again, I don't know what so I watched this at work, so I don't know what I was doing here. I missed all of this. I don't know what I did.
Yeah.
I don't think I showboated back Baron Corbin for this long.
Yeah. No, it was amazing. It was so good. And it was even better when Renee's like, "Oh my God, like Mike Kanellis just got beat by his baby daddy." And like Graves and Cole just start pissing themselves laughing and go quiet. And Graves is like, "Do you know what you just said, Renee?" She's like, "Yeah, it's true." And Cole's like, "Well, she's not wrong." It was just so good. Just some of the shit that was coming out of their mouths tonight was so great. I love that, like, they're not filtering them as much. So, like, just genuine shit like that comes out. It's so funny. So after this, we get Truth back. He's at a football stadium with Kane. They're talking about footy and stuff like that.
Not AFL footy, NRL, of course.
NRL, yep.
Sorry,
American college ball.
I don't think they call it footy over there.
Yeah.
Footy is very strange.
College ball. Yeah, he's talking about, he calls over, like, you know, we've got the finest police force here. And he's like, he calls over a police force, and, I like, knighted him or whatever they call it. Like, I swore him in. Yeah. And he's like, "Oh, really? Like, can you like knight me or something like that?" And he's like, no, I swore him in as a referee. And then Truth's like, look, I'm so sorry, Mr. President, man, sir. I've got another engagement to be at. I've got to go. Starts running off straight into the goalpost, knocks himself out. So Mayor Glenn Jacobs runs over and pins him for the 1, 2, 3, and he's like, "I still got it," and runs off with the 24/7 belt.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I was like, I hope to God that he does this. This will be great. So this brings us back into our next match, which is Rey Mysterio versus Cesaro. It says that Rey Mysterio is going to be in action tonight at some point. It doesn't say against who. But Cesaro comes out and is like, Rey, like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you. And then if your kid shows up, I'm going to beat the shit out of him as well. Obviously, this pisses off Rey. Cesaro's not dressed to wrestle, but Rey just, like, beats the shit out of him as he's walking down talking on the mic. Finally gets him in the ring. They have a match. Rey ends up winning, which I'm stoked about. I like the fact that they're breaking his losing streak. That this sort of like this Dominic being like, "No, you have to fight for this because we're going to tag together." Like, I like that this has lit a fire under his ass because he obviously won last week as well with Gramelik. So yeah, it's really good to see him back on that up. That he's building himself back up to be the competitor we know he can be. I love that Cesaro so gracefully took that loss. He just. Look, he's a beast. He is an absolute machine, like, regardless of whether he's ring ready or not.
Because he's cyborg.
Yeah, because he's Swiss cyborg. Swiss Superman, as they're calling him now, sorry. But yeah, absolutely beautiful. Like, I do love me a bit of Cesaro on our screens. Preferably not when he's speaking, because he's not the greatest on the microphone. But no, it was a cool little bit anyway. Absolutely had some fun with it. Then we get another Firefly Funhouse. Bray Wyatt's putting up his picture of Seth this time. And he turns around and just stares real evil for ages. And then that's it. After this, we got... This is something I absolutely loved. the AOP promo.
Yeah, I saw this.
Beautiful.
And this is where I came back, apparently.
Yeah. So yeah, like the ring announce, the Corey, Michael, and Renee are talking about like who are AOP, and then it cuts to AOP, and they're sitting in a dark room in suits, and they're like, "We are AOP."
Like, I'm Razor, I'm ACOM, yeah.
Yeah, we are AOP, and then they just start talking in. Are they?
This is interesting. I'm not sure. ACOM. One of them is Dutch. One of them is French Canadian.
Okay.
So I'm not quite sure what their heritage is,
Yeah.
but that's where they're all born. One was born in like Switzerland.
I'm not sure what they were speaking, but
Apparently, this is what I was told by one of the kids in my class.
yeah.
Sorry, my session.
But yeah, no, absolutely beautiful. Like, especially with them speaking in another language and having the subtitles, it makes them look so freaking powerful and scary.
Fierce.
Yeah, it definitely gives them that fierceness. Like, you always see like, movies like John Wick where the bad guys are always speaking in like Russian and stuff like that. Like, it gives you that bad guy feel when they're not speaking English. Like, there's just something so evil about them discussing this in their own language. Absolutely beautiful. I can't for the life of me remember what they were saying.
They were along the lines of, we've not seen him in a while. When they have been in the ring, they've been known to hurt people, as in like
I do remember them saying that the WWE's gone soft.
Yeah, so the tag teams are soft and they're here to just wreck everyone's day. They tried MMA and they couldn't. They got something hurting too gnarly at MMA.
Yeah.
So now they're here and the future will be written in pain.
And I am excited at that because they are the authors of pain.
Mm-hmm.
I am so excited to see what AOP do.
Yeah, so I was first introduced to AOP in the War Games match on NXT. Loved it. And then when I started watching almost a year ago to the day at this point. They were tag team champions this time last year. Wow. So, yeah, it's very weird to think, a year later, we're like, oh, yeah, AOP.
Hello, AOP.
Wouldn't that be like, hello, we are the AOP.
Ah.
This is Razor, I may come.
Yeah, imagine those people.
The future is written in pain. Please get Paul Ellering. That makes sense. It says Killer. Because when I was watching, Drake Maverick was their manager. That was weird.
Nah, Drake Maverick. I wonder if he's consummated his marriage.
I haven't checked his Twitter.
He's not constipated.
He's constipated his marriage.
Yeah. Anyway, next we have Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross versus Sasha Banks and Bayley. Non-title match, just match. Throughout the match, Alexa does injure her knee at some point, which they target. I did see Bayley throw her knee into a set of stairs real viciously.
And Sasha just boots Alexa into the ring post.
Yeah, absolutely vicious attack on her. This does lead Alexa to end up being taken backstage because of injury. We do see at some point there are some officials there. Next minute she's gone when we come from ad break. And it's a 2-on-1 tag match with Nikki versus Bayley and Sasha. Yeah, absolutely brutal, vicious. Like I'll give Nikki credit. She did the best she could with what she had. The match was going amazingly too, because there was some amazing spots that from Alexa and stuff like that. It was a really good match. And then it's just a bit of a squash once Alexa was taken out.
Makes sense when you're missing half your team.
Yeah.
Like, how are you expected to come
tagging in and out? They're fresh. You're stuck in this whole ordeal. Because
normally when a tag match, it's all about cut them off from their partner.
Yeah.
They have no partner, so anywhere you go, you're cut off.
Yep, exactly.
And so you're just constantly getting mushed.
But props to Nikki. She did great with what she had. But obviously, Sasha Banks get the bank statement and Nikki does tap. Then she has the nerve to go and try and get a chair, which causes Becky to come running out with a chair in hand. So Becky comes in, goes for Sasha. They clash chairs 3 times.
It was like Star Wars with chairs.
And then Becky finally pegs Sasha in the gut with it. Bayley ends up coming in with a chair as well. And as she does that, we hear the Queen's music hit. So Charlotte comes barreling down in heels. I'm not surprised she was in heels. But she comes barreling down in heels. And as Bayley goes running for her with a chair,
boots the fuck out.
Big old boot chair to the face for Bayley. Bayley's out. She gets the chair and starts wailing into Bayley. Becky starts wailing into Sasha, who ends up finally running out of the ring back to Bayley. Charlotte climbs in the ring. Her and Becky are holding chairs, staring at each other. Sasha and Bayley are on the floor, dying, staring at each other. And I was like, it's going to be horsewomen versus horsewomen very soon.
We had that last week.
no, but I mean like on the same team. Like, not like, we're enemies and we're begrudgingly together. Like, there's going to be a friendship formed with Charlotte and Becky.
I disagree.
And
because I want a fatal 4-way at Mania. That's what I want. Can everyone stop fucking talking on Discord? Thanks.
I don't care. I'm excited for this. I'm excited to see some sort of friendship going on with Charlotte and Becky. I'm excited to see where this is all going to lead. I am excited for the women's division again because it was dwindling out. And then I was excited until a little bit later, but we'll talk about that in just a second. So after the match, we do get Sasha Banks backstage, and she's like, I want Becky at Hell in a Cell. Like, let's see if you're man enough to take my offer. And they cut to an ad break. They come back, and Becky's like, I don't want you at Hell in a Cell. I want you in Hell in a Cell. And I was like, yes! Chicks in the cell. Chicks in the cell. Like, beat her up. Smash her face against it. Scrub her blue hair in the freaking dirty, gross cage. Like, do it. And armpit sweat from Braun Strowman. It's probably going to be something there. That's hard.
I guarantee there's something there, but
but I'm excited. I'm so excited for Becky versus Sasha in Hell in a Cell. That'll be really cool. So that is our second confirmed Hell in a Cell match. First one being, I completely missed saying this. Seth does say that he will be facing the Fiend at Hell in a Cell. So it is the Fiend versus Seth. Then we got Becky and Sasha. I believe both the title matches.
correct.
Yes. So next we cut back to a limo riding up to the arena. R-Truth is on the top of the limo, and he's shushing the driver. And as Mayor Glenn Jacobs gets out of the car, R-Truth does jump down and pin him and gets his title back. He goes crazy, and he's like, Kane tries to choke him, and he's like, whoa, dude, like, this is 24/7 title, it's a 24/7 job. It is all day, every day, night and day. Like, you have one of those jobs as the mayor. You get phone calls all night. Like, you'd be stupid to do this. You don't have the time for this. And he's like, oh, you're right. Sometimes, old habits die hard. Like, but, I've always called Raw home, so let's go home, buddy. And they walk into the arena.
And he's like, yeah, you really hurt my neck. He's like, man, you still got it. Like, I'm fucked.
Yeah. He's like, you still got it. Yeah. And Kane's like, yeah, I do. Next, we have a throwaway match, a.k.a. Lacey Evans versus Dana Brooke. Because apparently Lacey's having a feud with Nadia on Twitter, and Dana Brooke is somehow.
Well, they've been punching each other for a little while. There was a little bit of like in your fucking face Nadia when Lacey drops the sharpshooter.
Yeah, she did get a shot. Yep, she did get a sharpshooter, and she was yelling out, "This one's for you, Natty." Like, do you hear me, Natty?
Shut up.
So yeah, they do have that short match, bit of a squash. I was excited to see Dana Brooke, don't get me wrong, her physique is beautiful. She is a wild-cut woman. But yeah, that was that. That leads us into our final match of the evening, which is the main event, Robert Roode versus Seth Rollins. Obviously Dolph Ziggler.
Dolph Zigzag.
Dolph Zigzags. He comes out to join his tag team partner.
Two prominent NXT champions. They failed to mention that. That'd be really important.
Yeah. Seth was the first ever NXT champion.
He was indeed. And yeah, Bobby Roode back in those days was an awesome NXT champion.
I love that.
So, like, with NXT coming to USA this week, I'm baffled that they didn't lay that down.
Yeah, that's true. I believe somebody says it at some point because that's
someone says Seth was the first. They didn't mention Bobby Roode's.
Rude.
Yeah, hey.
Tish. Anyway, good enough match, I guess. I wasn't really that invested in it, to be perfectly honest. Dolph does end up causing a DQ, and then for some fucking reason, the OC come out and they decide to all doors on Seth, because, that's what they do. Just an after bell beatdown. As this is happening, suddenly you hear this and everything goes red and bing, and I was like, I knew it! And Demon Kane comes barreling down, and like one of the is it the Revival come out as well?
I don't know, fucking sure.
I don't know. No, I think it's just the OC. No. Oh no, it's just the OC, because one of them goes, I think Anderson goes running up the ramp and gets like obliterated with a friggin' something, and then Kane gets in the ring, and then he choke slams another one, and then he double choke slams another two. AJ's one of the double choke slam. I think it was like I don't know. It was Dolph that got hit on the apron. On the ramp. Absolutely beautiful, just like cleans house, like traditional, like old school Kane. I was just like, yes. And then doom, everything starts to shut down. and then the Fiend.
Such an awesome shot of him just being like, hey.
Especially with the masks and behind the other mask and the hey.
Hey.
I was like,
I'm the Fiend. What you doing?
And then, bam, mandible claw. Okay.
Yeah, Kane gets dropped.
Yeah.
Tidy.
Beautiful.
Cut to black. Cut down. Seth Rollins in the corner. Cowering.
Yeah.
Cowering.
And yeah, he like
and
crawls up real
the
close
Fiend
to
like
his
gets on hands and knees, crawls like gets right
Seth
in his
is
fucking
just, like,
face.
This in the corner, and he's still like.
I nearly shit my pants at the last one. Like that has me so excited for Hell in a Cell.
That was real creepy in the best way. Like it was just beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And then it cuts into the Firefly Funhouse doing this weird like Doki Doki Literature Club, like weaving in and out of the actual music and being really
Slowing
weird.
down
It went on
and
for way too long. But
it was one of those like long just to make you uncomfortable sort of things.
yeah, long enough to make
because like it hit a point where you're like, why is it still going? Like what's coming after this?
Yeah.
And then nothing came out of it. So it's this
Yeah.
weird situation of like, are we gonna get jump scared? We're gonna see like we're just gonna cut to like the Fiend just plowing Seth Rollins. Like where are we going with this? But no, it's
plowing like a beatdown.
just gets
doing him.
No, either or. It's just enough for me gonna go. Okay, it was nothing. That was weird.
Yeah, very creepy. One thing I did forget to mention that I noticed at Clash of Champions that I absolutely loved is how when they were announcing the contestants or the
They're
wrestlers,
changing the lights.
Yep. Drop all the lights down in this corner. I love that. I love that they're going for that sportsy feel. That was really cool.
Big fan of that.
I was a huge fan of that. Huge.
I was such a big fan that I forgot, but also it was awesome.
Yeah. So yeah, that's Raw this week.
Let us know what you thought of this week's episode of Monday Night RAW in those comments below, Discord, all those places. What do you rate it this week?
This week, I was super hyped on it. There was very little down points to it. I would give it a big old two thumb-a-roonies. Good old two Kurt Angles.
I'm going to go with Kurt in a bar. That's because I missed about a third of it.
Yeah. You missed some good shit.
But a good one of those is just King Corbin.
Yeah.
The other half was fine. It's just King Corbin. Big old one.
Yeah, no, it was grass. You definitely have to go back and watch those
that
bits.
keyboard out of the way. It was in the shot this whole time. Start again.
Rude.
Next up brings us to SmackDown Live, in one of its last times. It is on a Tuesday.
I know.
And we really have to look into how we're going to restructure the show and when we're going to film it. Not so bad boy.
Definitely.
Very confusing.
Yes.
Let's get to watch Saturday morning wrestling. That part I'm excited for.
I am.
This show kicked off with a 6-man tag match. It was the New Day versus the Revival and Randy Orton. So versus the FTRKO.
FTRKO, yep.
Solid. Not too bad. Like Xavier still still jacked up, couldn't do a whole bunch. But yeah, no, it was all right. All right, it was cool to see it again. The win did, of course, go to Kofi, because it always does. This time with a pin on Dawson after a Trouble in Paradise. They are really holding that Trouble in Paradise as like an untouchable finisher. Eh?
It's not that great.
No, it sucks, but it's a horrible finisher.
Yeah.
I hate it.
Like, I know it's a big old kick upside the head and it's supposed to knock out.
It's not even like because his legs are all hunched in. There's no spin. Like there's no. If you were really to do that, there's not enough momentum to actually cause any damage. So no.
Stop ruining the kayfabe.
No.
No, you're not wrong.
If you want to sell it,
I get what they're trying to do. Obviously, they're trying to give the whole appeal of like the kick in the head, like right on the ear, like to knock out your center of balance or whatnot. But whatever. Not that impressive.
No. Saying that though, as the match ends, we hear dun 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 dun. Brock Lesnar makes his way out with Paul Heyman by his side.
I miss the boombox frigging Money in the Bank thing. It's so dumb, but I kind of miss it.
Yeah, so Brock Lesnar makes his way in sporting a gross ass beard.
Yeah,
not very good.
No, that was a bit.
Paul Heyman by his side. They make their way to the ring. They come in and they're like, "Hey, Kofi, how you doing, man? Nice to see you." This is Brock Lesnar. In case you forgot, he wants to fight you.
He has a really bad beard.
Yep. He is going to fight you at the first show of Fox SmackDown Friday Night SmackDown. Just hoping you'd be able to RSVP and let us know.
Do you have any dietary requirements?
Yeah, what's your dietary requirements? Is there anything we need to know?
Formal dress.
Yeah. Smart casual. What you're wearing's fine. Just go with that. And Kofi's like, you know what? I will come. We'll come to this party. I accept your challenge. I will put my WWE Championship on the line because I am a fighting champion.
I will bring a platter of pancakes on it.
I'll bring the pancakes. You bring the syrup. Party. So in short, Kofi is accepting the challenge of the Brock Lesnar. In other words, he's going to get his ass handed to him at the first Friday Night SmackDown. He's going to die.
Yeah, Kofi's dead.
Yeah, Kofi's way dead.
Rip Kofi.
Yeah, sucks to be Kofi. Oh.
Rip him.
But so during this, Brock's like, all right, sweet. All right, cool. Walks up, goes to give Kofi a handshake. Kofi raises the belt above his head. Rookie mistake, bro. F5.
Yeah, of course. Bam.
You did.
Let him out. Just one?
Just one, then kind of just leaves.
Just one.
Paul Heyman's
Shocking.
in his
He has himself in control.
Well, I guess one of those situations like, I got 3 weeks to fuck you up.
Yeah.
I'll do it in 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So the next 3 weeks, expect Kofi to just get fucking reamed.
Yeah, Kofi's done.
Next, we got a backstage segment with Sasha, Banks, and Bayley. Sasha's sort of talking about her challenge to Becky at Hell in the Cell. Just being like, hey, Sasha, why did you do it? She's like, because I want to punch her in the face. She's like, well, and Bayley's like, hey, shut the fuck up. Fuck out of here, Kayla. I got, she doesn't have to justify what you ask. Only because it's your job. She's going to show you what she means in the ring. Now, my favorite part about when I explain back how these promos work, I get all the information wrong. I kind of give vaguely what's going on, and then I fill the rest in with what I think should happen.
Yeah.
Hence the whole RSVP part. Killer says, I have a funny feeling that they will swerve this and Brock will lose, and Kofi is going to have a major feud in Brock. Maybe I'm sure there will be some sort of like DQ or some sort of something like that. However, I also want to see Brock just fucking teabag him and then just plow his face into the mat.
Yeah.
That's personally what I want to see. Next, we got an interview with Michael Cole. He's sitting there having a chat to Erick with a K, Rowan. Sort of talking about the idea of it's like, which is super weird. He's like, Erick, Erick Rowan. And Eric's Rowan like, you know my name? Fuck yeah, I know your name. I'm not a moron. I also know the name of your friend, Luke Harper. He's like, hey, don't you talk about Luke Harper. You talk to me. I am Rowan.
I have a big orange beard.
Yeah, it's the approach idea is look, if you want to talk about Harper, you talk to fucking Harper. I here to talk about me, because I'm number one.
Because I want to kill Roman Reigns because I did it for The Rock.
Yeah, and it was like...
I did it for the people.
And it was like, so why did you want to jack up Roman Reigns? Like, I didn't want to kill him. It's like, I want to send him a message. It's like, motherfucker, you nearly killed him. Blah, 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 blah. Like, don't raise your voice to me, Michael Cole. I'll slap your fucking face off. I'm like, slap his fucking face off.
I was going to say, that's like interviewing a kangaroo who jumps in somebody's car in the middle of the night. It's just like, why'd you do it? I wasn't trying to kill him. I was just trying to send a message.
Yeah, I got stunned. It was very scary.
It's like, no, motherfucker, you were trying to make somebody die.
It was just, it was weird. So it was once again just laying down more of the information that Rowan's in it for himself now. Yeah. Although he's got his buddy back, it is like he's sick of being the puppet. He was sick of being disrespected by the WWE Universe, by the locker room, by Daniel Bryan, all these people that just presumed he was this big, lumbering buffoon.
I would be interested
and I also
to see
sold
him
him as that
Bryan.
too. So that was fun.
I would definitely love to see him go against Bryan.
So pretty much where they're going down that line. Yeah. No, it's fine. It's fine. I understand. But saying that though, Daniel Bryan did also call him his intellectual equal and all this shit. Daniel Bryan's putting some praise on him back in the day. Exactly. So I don't know where he's coming from here. But fine. That's fine. Unless the second they get out of the ring, Daniel's like, kiss my shoes or something. Next up was a match between Ali and Shinsuke Nakamura with Sami Zayn. Now, Sami Zayn does come out. He's talking about some bull crap about how he respects Ali and he's a quality athlete. And
sure you do, Sami Zayn.
Yeah, we understand that you did get a win over Shinsuke a couple of weeks ago. Yeah, cool. Yeah, but that doesn't count. That was all luck because he didn't have me then. And I'm the key here. Sami Zayn meaning my neck brace.
Oh, still rocking the neck brace.
Yeah, my kayfabe neck brace is what's bringing this team together.
48 hours, that's bold.
That's right. That's a long time. That's a long kayfabe. But then, understandably, Ali's on edge. So Sami Zayn's come on one side of the ring, Shinsuke's gone around the other, so they've kind of boxed him into the corner. Ali, like a cat's like, wah, wah, and then just fucking punches Shinsuke.
Beaut.
Yeah, and then like, oh fuck, and then everyone just wrecks him. Wreck shot. Kinshasa's to the face, Ali down. Match didn't even begin. Instantly throw. Ref's like, fuck this, end it.
I'm out.
And didn't even start. During all this scuffle though, you know, as like Shinsuke standing over the now dead Ali, he's just holding the belt, and you see this man walk down the alley in the back, and the spotlight go, Kevin Owens. Making his way down the ramp.
I thought he was fired.
Yeah, oh, that's exactly right. I mean, he was fired. But he's making way. He's got himself a ticket. He's got a ticket in his hand. He's like, hey, I got a ticket.
Bought a ticket.
Sits down in the seats, put his feet up. He's like,
Bought a ticket.
Then cuts backstage. Shane McMahon watching TV at a weird angle as they do. And then, you know, he's looking at Kevin Angle. That's right. Kevin Owens sitting down in the seat. A ref comes in and is like, hey, man, there's someone here to see you outside. And, oh, yeah, Kevin Owens is here. And he's like, motherfucker, he's on the TV. So then Eddie leaves the room and is like, hey, are you Shane McMahon? Yeah, I am. Oh, cool, you've just been served. Bush. Manila folder gets passed on to Shane McMahon. She's like, what the fuck? Opens it, pulls it out.
Dismissal?
Maybe. Then he's like, I gotta get this sorted out. So he's making his way to the ring. He yells at some random woman on the way through. It's all fun and games.
Good on you, Shane.
Gets into the ring. He stands and he calls out Kevin Owens straight away. He's like, look, mate, I know you're there. I can see ya. You're not hiding very well. Still a spotlight on you. I know where you are. So he's like, come on, obviously.
Where's Wally with the big spotlight? And oh no.
So look, obviously you want to talk, mate. Come in here. Let's have a chat. Whatever. So in short, he gets up in his face, and then Kevin Owens like, nah, motherfucker. Like, I'm gonna. If you pull me in here to talk, let's talk. And essentially, all my idea is, what have I got there is a $25 million lawsuit for unfair dismissal. And Shane's like, nah, these grounds are false, man. You got nothing here. Kevin talks about the idea of like, you know, you put this $100,000 thing over my head for striking an official. So that obviously weighed on my head, was really giving me a really tough time. Then you came up to me, gave me the job as an official. So I did, I swallowed my pride. I came into the ring. I tried to help you win. But you tapped out. You lost. I did my job because from when you firing me, you fired me under the grounds of insubordination. If anything, you watched that tape. I was anything but insubordinate. I did exactly what I was told. I did exactly what was within my role as an official, and 100%. You tapped out. Then. Which I did love. After it did tap out, everybody was screaming at him, you tapped out. Beautiful. So he's like, and after you tapped out, you then proceeded to come over to me and like hit me from behind like a coward and then fight me and then fire me. So if anything, you did exactly what you claimed I did. You hit an official. Yeah. Where's your $100,000 fight? Yes, that's where he's coming at. He's like, you did exactly what you claimed I did on grounds of termination. So he goes, and although, yes, there is $25 million settlement within that lawsuit. However, you also failed to read the fine print there, mate. If I win, you must come into the middle of this ring and then hand in your resignation. What? Because motherfucker, Shane, man, you're fired. Oh, KO knows what's up. This was awesome. Beautiful. This was brilliant. This is absolutely awesome. Like, because it's one of those things, it's those little things you kind of forget. Like, I forgot that, the striking the official or whatever. Because then he also mentioned about the discrepancy as you find me $100,000. Becky Lynch hits a dude in the shoulder. She gets fined $10,000. That's true, yeah, because Becky does say, I got fined $10,000 for hitting an official, but we're not going to talk about that. Yeah. So, like, there's... In terms of a cohesive story that you kind of forget, this is really on point. Yeah. Like Kevin Owens has a case. Yeah. I love it. 100% does. Absolutely. That is so exciting. And I love how real life it is, because at the moment, I've got a friend who's going through something simpler with a unfair dismissal and stuff like that. And I'm just like, oh, it's crazy because it's so real. Like, good on you, KO. Like, I'm watching somebody else go through it. It's fun to watch it on the big screen. I was like, hey, I grabbed my friend. I was like, you should watch this. This is great. Yeah, it can happen to anyone. Claim that they tapped out. Yeah.
Claim that they hit you and you're an official.
Yeah. She's like, it's nothing to do with my job. Like, well, maybe it's not like it's a prison at all. Next up they show the AOP promo again. Still cool. Then we get Charlotte Flair versus Sasha Banks with Bayley ringside.
Of course.
And as to be expected, pretty solid match. They talk about the rivalry between Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks, and I believe it. Yeah, it was really good. Really killer match, actually. I thoroughly enjoyed it personally.
Love me some Charlotte.
And then the win did go to Charlotte Flair with a DQ from Bayley. She comes in, just starts wrecking shop.
Well done, again.
Yeah, well, good. So as they start to beat down on Flair, in a weird surprise turn of events, Carmella comes fanging in.
Carmella
slides in the ring and comes to the aid of Charlotte.
Interesting.
Yeah, very weird. We haven't seen
Mella on the money.
Yeah, although we see
her in the ring in a while.
We're in the wrong. Yeah, we haven't seen her in the ring in a while, which is cool.
Except for when she's running around with our truth.
Yeah, so I'm glad they have her coming, doing in a role,
Yeah,
and giving her something to do again. I love that a lot.
That's so
Big
cool.
fan.
I found out a friend of mine was her official photographer while she was here. The guy who does Digital Beard, who does the photography for Melbourne City Wrestling. He is also the official WWE Australia photographer.
Oh, fuck it.
Yep.
Do you know this dude personally as well?
Not personally, but I know him through other people, so I could probably get some hookups.
God damn it, man.
So if you go through his Instagram, he has the most beautiful picture of Triple H up there. Amazing. Anyway, he...
Because we're getting very close to those October matches.
Yeah, because I saw him post recently a photo of Carmella, and I was like, oh, damn. So, yeah, he gets up close and personal with the WWE. Like, to the point where he posted the photo of Carmella, and she was like, you're an amazing host. Thank you so much for taking care of me.
Oh.
So, yeah. Beautiful.
Very cool.
Yeah. So
next up we have the real moment of this episode.
See, I missed this and I'm bummed.
It's the coronation of King Corbin, where King Corbin was sworn in as our king.
Was he sworn in by King Booker?
No, some random prick.
Ridiculous. It should have been King Booker.
It would be amazing. So King Corbin comes in, gets himself his nice little
cape and scepter.
His scepter and his crown. It was awesome.
Beautiful.
Loved it a lot.
I definitely.
Corbin's standing there. He's got the microphone. He calls out Chad Gable. He's like, "Look, mate, you did good. Come in. Let's have a chat." Gable comes in, very reluctantly, of course, and then Corbin just proceeds to lay him down with like fucking small man jokes, just all small people jokes, and some of them were really lame. The final one was pretty funny. Gave me a bit of a giggle. The rest was horrible.
Do you remember what he said?
I don't remember at all.
No, I'll have to watch it.
That was kind of
being a short person. I can sympathize with Chad Gable.
Then
I am a little man.
You are a little man. That is very true. Then Chad Gable goes like, "Nah, enough," and then just spears him through the chair.
Whoa.
Spears him through the throne. Throne is fucked. Picks up the scepter, just lays him in the scepter. The top part of the scepter just rockets into the crowd. Woo. It's gone. I don't know where it's in. It's knocked out someone in the WWE universe. Proceeds to keep hitting him with the pole of the scepter. Crown comes off. Corbin bounces and rolls out. Right. The crown's still in the middle of the ring. Chad's looking at it, stomps it.
Yes.
Breaks Baron's heart. Then he proceeds to throw what's left of the throne at Baron Corbin, who's on the ramp. So he's just throwing shit over the edge. He's ripped up the cape. He's just...
Do it, Gable!
He's like, fuck shit. Just rolling stuff down the ring. He's like, we paid $9 for this throne. I'm breaking it. And then they threw it. It was awesome. And then, after he stomps the crown and just pegs it in his direction. And almost perfect, it lands like where you are to me. Right in front of Corbin. He's like... Because it's a busted ass ring right there. The crown right there. Absolutely amazing.
My mother made that.
As I wrote here, Chad flips out and wrecks shop.
Love it.
Awesome.
Absolutely.
Cut to an ad break. We come back to a match between Heavy Machinery and the B Team.
Ooh, haven't seen the B Team in a while.
Exactly. As to be expected, Heavy Machinery just kick ass.
Yeah.
And just stomp the B Team.
Jeez.
The win does go to Heavy Mech with a Caterpillar followed by the Compactor on Bo Dallas.
Yeah.
Once again, I expected this. One second I saw who was in the ring. Happy it's not some random guys.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it is. As I've mentioned many, many times. Have them look strong by taking out actual lesser teams, because it kind of because you know who they are. That puts at least a minor stake on it.
Yeah.
And
sorry, I'm just laughing at Dash here.
In the chat, Dash says that throne crumbled harder than the crust on a 4-20 shepherd's pie. Yeah, that thing just buckled. It was awesome.
Love it.
Absolutely loved it. But yeah, it's just the pagan shit that I really loved. That was my favorite part. I was belly laughing at this throwing of chair bits.
Yeah, that was me with the baby reveal thing.
Yeah.
Belly laughing at it.
Then we get the final segment of the night, which is Daniel Bryan. He comes into the middle of the ring. He's got his mic in hand, and he talks about how, the crowd's like chanting, Daniel Bryan. He's like, essentially the same people that are in this crowd that are chanting my name are the same people that wanted me fucking hung for trying to, call out, saying that I tried to kill Roman Reigns. And as you can see, that's not what happened. I am exonerated of all these accusations. It is clear cut. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I am not that man. One thing I've done many good things, I've done many bad things, but I've never lied. I've never been a liar.
And I hate liars.
Fucking hate liars.
Fucking hate them.
Yeah, lie, pants on fire.
Liar, liar, plants for hire.
Talks about Erick, Rowan, and as I sort of mentioned before, with the idea that, if anything, Rowan was, I mentioned he was my equal when I brought him on. He and I, we won the SmackDown Tag Team Champions together. We worked, I didn't just believe he was my equal, I treated him as my equal. I treated him as my friend. And what he's done here is he's gone against our friendship, and, he's changed for a hairier man. Yeah. Because clearly Rowan has a type.
Clearly he likes big hairy men and not little pups like me.
So then Roman comes out and starts ripping on him and what sort of stuff. And the idea of although we were treated equally, but who was always the one walking behind you? So all sort of stuff. So I understand, Rowan did have some good points, but then Daniel just gets fucking up in his face. Pointing to, you want to talk about disrespect, how about the time he disrespected me, disrespected our friendship, disrespected everything we worked towards by straight up lying on my face, lying on the universe, whatever, roping me into your bullshit, essentially. As this is going, Daniel's like, well, if you want to talk about disrespected and you see him making these accusations, why don't you do something about it? Why don't you fucking fight me? So he drops the microphone, his arms are ready to go. He's like, come on, man, hit me, you piece of shit. And next thing, Luke Harper comes out and it just decks him.
Oh, of course he does.
Just proceeds to deck Daniel Bryan. So they start throwing him around the ring a little bit. Roman Reigns music kicks in. Roman Reigns comes fanging it down. There's some Superman punches.
Roman Reigns throwing Superman punch.
Super punches. Push. So during all this kerfuffle, they once again just start wrecking house.
Break place.
Pulling
They're
off.
just trying to break shit now.
Yeah, they're like, oh, what's this?
They're trying to get some money back, insurance claims.
They ripped all the padding off the apron. They just ripped up the mat. They just ripped up everything that wasn't nailed down. It was two teenage boys having an energy.
What's this? This crowd member isn't nailed down. You're a weapon now.
Yeah, what's this drywall? It's just two Kyles going to town after some Monster Energy drinks. That's what they did. That's just anything that could move, they ripped apart. They ripped apart the commentary table, everything. There's some security ran down. The security guard just gets slapped in the face by Harper, thrown onto the concrete. You know what? It was brutal. And then as one guy's lying there in pain, Rowan comes up, picks up another guy, throws him on the other guy.
Oh, no.
They're just going to town on everyone at this point. They come over to make the way to the commentary table. The commentators just leg it, understandably.
Bye.
You think someone's gone through that table. Nah, fuck that noise. After throwing Roman Reigns into the ring post with the spine, they then pick him up, hold him, Harper pushes him. Rowan comes running at him with a fucking barricade. Just decks him with the barricade.
Fuck.
He's dead. Just throws the barricade somewhere. So while Roman's lying there, Harper's just ripping more things and just throwing them. They break the little cap on the top of the desk. It's across the ring. What's that? Monitors.
Hey, it's somebody's bottle. Take that.
Someone's pen. It's just causing minor disruptance. It's essentially, they're just majorly inconveniencing everyone. So then they go in, they grab Daniel Bryan, they pick him up, iron claw him through, a dual takedown through the table. There's your credits. They're standing over Daniel Bryan. It looks like he has a busted sphincter. He's just having a real good time holding his ass. And then credits. SmackDown was really good.
It's probably a pen up it, let's be honest. Just throwing shit around. Oops, accidentally threw a pen in his crack.
Yeah, that brings us to the end of SmackDown.
Wow.
The second the episode 1 was when they just started ripping up shit.
Yeah.
That was where it became fun for me.
Wild.
Yeah. I think I may have explained it better than what actually happened.
Yeah, I'm going to watch it. And all I'm going to think about is how you described it.
You listened to it on the way here then, so you've missed all those details.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just foam. I don't know, what's that? Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, no, I only got to hear. I didn't get to see. So. Definitely very descriptive. Well, I'm just imagining it all happening in my head. Just the man bun, just like picking up a pen.
Yeah, it's just two toddlers going to town.
Two giant toddlers.
Yeah, very big babies just wrecking. Yeah.
Wow. Oh, God. I love that.
Let us know what you thought of this week's episode of SmackDown Live in those comments below. Discord, as well as the socials, from what you heard and my avid description.
I'd probably have to go down the line and give it a Kurt.
Yeah. I had a great time. Fucking 1.5.
Yeah.
One Kurt and a bar.
Yeah.
Like, there was some like more Shinsuke stuff was kind of poo.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens stuff was fantastic.
Yeah, that's true.
The big tantrum at the end was brilliant. The Charlotte Sasha match was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Like overall, it was a pretty killer episode. It was it was kind of tight. Going over this description that I've given, like you can see there's very few matches. A lot of it was this cool fluffy stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of just as we
Playing
approach the Fox Day, I do think they're kind of just wrapping stories.
Yeah.
Probably without matches at this point.
Yeah, that's fair.
No major complaints.
Exciting.
Happy with it.
Exciting.
But before we do wrap up the show, there is one thing we do. We reach out to our friend Dirt Sheet Dash. He scours the internet. He scours his friends list. He DMs people. He gives them a call. He faxes them. Sometimes he even pages them. Yeah. I have seen him doing telegrams. It's very confusing.
I'm pretty sure I got a crow from him once.
Yeah, so I got some smoke signals. He's like, "Hey, can you come on Dash Culture?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And then my asthma kicked in. I was like, what's this?
Killer just says it's more like they're wrapping up storylines for the draft.
Yeah, well, the draft is moving into the Fox thing, so it is all coming together. You are spot on there, Killer.
Exciting.
Yeah, so what he does after he does collate all his smoke signals and messages from the crows and owls from Harry Potter, he puts it all together in a little document called Dish in the Dirt Sheet Dash. Just while I reach it here from my phone. I've been sitting weird. My tailbone hurts. Oh, these chairs are the uncomfiest fucking chairs in history. I'm just gonna put it out there. Let me look in over here and find it. Here it is. 1, 2, 3. As always, Dash provides us 3 awesome little bits of dirt sheet stuff. Number 1. Brock Lesnar still a wild card heading towards Fox's debut / title unification ? Despite WWE promoting the no wildcard rule after SmackDown moves to Fox in October, Brock Lesnar will still appear on both Raw and SmackDown going forward. Brock Lesnar has officially been announced for the September 30th season premiere of WWE Raw. Brock is currently scheduled to win the WWE Championship from Kofi Kingston and bring the title over to Raw, where the wheels will be set in motion to unify the WWE and Universal title. That's weird. I don't know what the source on that one is there, Dash. Seems a bit weird. Brock is looking to be WWE's main attraction heading towards WrestleMania season and could possibly be making weekly appearances from October. Interesting decision. I think with the 2 shows, I don't see why they'd want to unify the belts. So I'm not saying you're wrong, Dash, but I think you're wrong. Seems like a bold decision there.
Yeah, look, I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's a very tricky one with that.
Especially when you got 2 shows, 2 different networks, you'd want to keep them separate.
Yeah,
you'd want to please USA, you'd want to please Fox. Now I understand they both want Brock because Brock is allegedly a big pull. Yeah. But I think unification is not the way to go about it for this one.
No, definitely not. I think I definitely think having Brock sort of like float between is a good idea. I think he's in a position to be able to. But yeah, I don't think unification of the titles is what's going to work.
Agreed. Next up, Matt Riddle is on his last warning.
Oh!
Matt Riddle may be on his last warning, according to WWE insiders. Sources have now confirmed that the former UFC star has had a talking to by numerous officials over his attitude towards many legends and showing signs of disrespect backstage towards authority. Yeah. This all came to a head when NXT stars refused to offer Riddle a ride to work last week and then broke kayfabe on social media, calling all his co-workers scumbags. Oh. This did not sit well with Triple H and has warned Riddle that he is now in the doghouse. Oh, shit. It's a bummer, man. Riddle's fucking rad, and especially with the move from NXT to USA, it makes it's rough time for him to be having a rough time, really. You fucking chatting away to storm over there.
Oh, sorry, just whack stuff.
All good. Do you have any thoughts on Riddle?
Look, that bums me out because I'm a huge fan of Matt Riddle. Like, huge. I think he's hilarious. I think he's an amazing wrestler. It really sort of, it sucks to see that he's, I guess, doing a Leo Rush and potentially ruining himself because obviously what we saw with Leo Rush go back to NXT. Like,
yeah, he appeared this week.
He'd done his dash in the WWE. Like, I don't want to see that happen to Riddle because I want Riddle to come up. I want to see him on the main roster. I want to see him do what he does on the big screen. Like,
yeah, he has such a charisma and a presence that I think he truly would benefit from being on the main roster.
Yeah, I can understand his frustrations, but you're a kid, pull your head in.
That's it.
Please, you have big things ahead of you if you just pull your fucking head in. Look at people like Braun Strowman who screwed themselves over and got themselves lost opportunities because of stupid things like that. Lars Sullivan, we haven't seen him since that whole racism issue.
He's injured.
Oh, well, whatever.
But there was also some racism.
Yeah. So, it's as simple as pull your head in, pay your dues. You could be huge. Don't ruin this for yourself.
And finally, something that made me die of laughter because this is the most petty, fucking amazing thing I've ever read.
Bring it.
AEW are firing direct shots towards WWE, airing ads for their imminent TNT debut in 2 weeks, with AEW's Dynamite premiering Wednesday, October 2nd, going head-to-head with NXT on USA. Vince McMahon was told prior to SmackDown going live that AEW may have allotted a slot during their main event to promote the brand, which did not sit well with the chairman. They also did this on NXT. So both SmackDown and NXT, AEW bought ad time on both.
You fucking assholes.
McMahon himself was reported to be locked in his office during the show on the phone with USA execs pleading for the commercial to be removed from the ad break. Eric Bischoff was reported to be in Vince's chair this week.
Wild. Did they actually fucking air?
Yeah, fuck yeah, they did. Fuck yeah, they did.
Savage.
That's so brutal.
I love AEW so much.
Because I asked that, because I had that same question when I read that. I was like, wait, hang on. How they're on different networks? How are they airing different networks on different things? But apparently, if the price is right, you can air whatever you want. So you can air. It's the idea of Channel 9 airing Channel 7 trailers or ads. But apparently, when it's cable TV, the rules are a bit different.
Yeah.
Because if you watch Foxtel, you'll see ads for A&E and Fox 8 and whatever, all over it because it's money.
Yeah.
It's vicious. Absolutely vicious.
I love that. That is hitting below the belt, and that is good.
Yeah, that is just the dick kick.
I love
it. And
it.
It's brilliant.
You know what it is? It's that photo of Shazza McKenzie when she's got her legs split and she's smiling. That's the WWE, and Britt Baker's foot in her head is AEW. That photo gives me life. I've saved that on my phone because Shazza just looks perfect. She's smiling when the boot's hitting her face. She's like
trying to look happy.
Check out Shazza McKenzie, guys. She's amazing.
Try.
Australian.
Speaking of Australian, we should put this on the dirt sheet as well.
Yeah.
MCW alum Indy Hartwell has made her way over to WWE Performance Center.
Yeah, she has.
There was a photo posted, I think was shared by Melbourne City Wrestling over the week today, I think it was, showing 6 Australians that are currently at the Performance Center.
That's so exciting.
We are no Lockie Hendricks, might I add.
Of course,
no call from Uncle Paul, but no,
so good.
Shout out to Indy Hartwell.
Awesome
from us.
job,
We've seen her a handful of times at Melbourne now, and
she's phenomenal.
Absolutely fantastic. We're very happy to hear that come over.
Very same with Shazza and the whole she moved overseas. She uprooted her entire life, got nowhere with it, and then all of a sudden AEW happens, and she's a huge now, which is friggin' awesome.
She's not on the roster; she's there as a visit. But there's enough attention on her.
Yeah, exactly. So it's huge to see. It's huge to see. Congratulations to another weather from MCW that's made it to NXT, says Dash.
Suck a fat dick, Dowie James, who's currently all heel right now.
I know. Everybody likes Dowie James at the moment.
Yeah, I need to go back and watch New Horizons because I haven't watched because we didn't get to go.
Same. Yeah, I've got to do that too. If you get it, I'll come over and watch it.
Sweet. Sounds funsies. But that brings us to the end of this episode of The Young and the Restless. This wrestling conversation happens on a Friday morning at 8 a.m. on your podcast services, 9 a.m. on those YouTubes. If you want to join that wrestling conversation, head over to facebook.com/group/popculturist. You can also go to Discord, or you can come chat to us on Twitter. They're down below in the below areas. Also come up later on when we say our names. Pause it, take them down, harass us on Twitter. It's good fun. If you want to watch us as we record this show live, head over to patreon.com/thepopculture. Support us at any dollar value and get yourself a nice little sneaky link where you can come and watch us. Not just record this show, but also our other show for the players, the Pop Culturist PlayStation podcast. Now, one thing I fail to mention all the time because it doesn't fit in the spiel is if you do listen to this show, please go and give it a 5-star review or some sort of written description on your podcast of your choice. Help us get the word out there. If you got friends that like wrestling, you want to hear some stupid ass Australian perspective, you want to hear someone completely tell the story of what happened in the show wrong, send them to the Young and the Wrestlers. And if you're watching the video and you've made it this far, holy crap, it's like 2 of you.
Shoot us a comment, tell us you're watching.
Subscribe if you like what we make here.
Say hi, we say hi back.
But if you want to support us in a more one-stop fashion, head over to head to popculturist.com/shop. You can buy shirts like that one over there, other assorted shit with our logos on it. It is a sale right now, 35% off, I believe it is. And we are also on Twitch, twitch.tv/thepopculture.
Yeah.
Whew, that was a lot to say. What's going on in the chat here? Dash is getting mad. He goes, it wouldn't hurt the bloke to take a brisk walk, maybe walk into the gym. Ooh. At least his mate Adam Brooks looks like he could take CM Punk's spot if he was a paid half a hot dog and red conjugal. Saying that though, back to NXT because I watched a little bit recently and the couple of Australian guys up there and then the mates getting TV time and like God that accent sticks out. But like their accent's a bit more regular Australian compared to like the turned up Iconics.
You gotta be joking me.
Love it.
Oi, mate.
But until the next one, I'm Ryan Betson.
And I'm Iconic. I'm Jem.
We'll see you then. The Young and the Wrestlers, the Pop Culturist WWE podcast, is fan support over at Patreon at patreon.com/thepopculturist. And we'd like to thank our Patreon producers and our Patreon founders for their kindness, their support, and their generosity. Our Patreon founders, Alpha Ferret, Craig O'Flaherty, David Chataway, Jesse Stevenson, and Jacob Garner. And our Patreon producers, AJ Abatomi, Damien Holdies, Kyle Dunn, Lee Wintershoven, Nathan Massetti, Paul James, Pure Mongrel, and Sean Levitt.